Mate, thanks so much for your time. We're here at the reimagined Outrigger Reef Waikiki Beach Resort, and what a fantastic new flagship for the company that's almost completed.
It is. About $80 million has gone into the property over time. New restaurants, new guest rooms, new public space, and new lobby. Really a spectacular resort for the Waikiki market.
Incredible amount of detail in these rooms. You've spent a lot of money and a lot of time on these rooms in terms of really transforming it. This is nothing like it used to be. It's like being in a brand new hotel, isn't it?
Absolutely it is. And you know, one of the things that was really important to us was creating something that was like Hawaii. We all know what it's like to come to Waikiki. Fabulous shopping. There's a lot that you can walk to within Waikiki. But one of the things about this resort when you walk away from it is you say, that's Hawaii. So it's really got a Hawaiian feel to it now as we've been able to modify the property and upgrade the guest rooms with new art, new colors, and complete renovation. Literally all the way down to the walls has been renovated.
And impressively bathrooms. I mean, a lot of hotels, when they are renovated, the elements of the bathroom usually hung around. In this case, you've ripped out the bathrooms and started again.
Absolutely, that was important to us. You know, if we're going to modernize the property to the degree that we did, it was important to go in and do that in the bathrooms as well. So they came out great. We used a lot of the blue ocean type colors in the restrooms as well, and they really look fabulous.
So if you look at what you've done with this property, it's been a hidden gem in the collection for some time in terms of waiting for the makeover. Now you've done it, it's setting a benchmark for the entire company now.
It really is. When you think about this property, the Outrigger Reef, it sits on the Waikiki beach. There are only 7 properties on the beach here in Waikiki. So we really spent a lot of time and energy to say we really want this to be a flagship property for Outrigger, and let's do it right.
Now, what it's doing for your brand, it's really uplifting the brand at the same time too, isn't it? I mean, the brand's premise is being one of the most popular pure beachfront brands in the world. So how does that fit in with your brand premise going forward, and do you need to tweak it again?
It really does. I don't know that we need to tweak it, but we've got a few more properties that we want to make sure we bring up to this level of quality. So to be here in the location where this property is in Waikiki with the surrounding hotels that are really luxury type product, we wanted to make sure that we could compete with those properties as well.
Now, back in the day when everyone knew Outrigger in the late 1990s, early 2000s, it was very much a mid-market brand in Australia and the US. You've really lifted it up into upper upscale, edging on luxury with this kind of caliber of product.
We really have, and that was important to us, to be able to have a property that was elevated, but we also still wanted it to be comfortable. We want people to feel like they can come into this property, they can relax at the pool, they can enjoy the food and beverage that we have at the property, and feel like they're part of this environment that we're creating. We don't want to get over the top from a luxury perspective, but we want a real quality that people can love and enjoy.
And it really is hard to beat sort of this kind of location. We talked about it before, but you're on the sand. You've had to put a beautiful restaurant in next door. All the elements are coming to life again.
They really are, and you know, the beach is special here in Waikiki, and there's been a beach project going on where they've already widened some of the beach here in Waikiki, and they're working their way down to this area as well. So it's an exciting time. Waikiki continues to evolve, and one of the things that's happened is there literally is new retail bubbling up. There's new shows bubbling up in the market. So things are happening here that are exciting, and Waikiki's starting to evolve into really transition into a more exciting location for the market and for travelers to come into Hawaii.
And your last renovation was the Beachcomber, which was formerly a Holiday Inn Express hotel, which you really elevated onto a new level. Do you think that gave you a bit of a taste of what else you could do with your room product across the portfolio?
It really did. That hotel came out fabulous, the Beachcomber. We've done this property now. We're going to start on another property soon. We're going to spend about $45 million on that property. And then after we get completed with that, we're going to go to the Outrigger Waikiki. So our entire portfolio of product here in Waikiki will end up being renovated over time.
And you're introducing a new property to the collection now as well on the island of Kona. It's very fresh, so it is an older product, but you've got some grand plans over there.
Absolutely. The Kona property, the Outrigger Kona, is 509 rooms, about 20,000+ square feet of meeting space. It's right on the ocean. It's really a spectacular resort. It's on 22 acres. It was on the birthplace of Kamehameha III. So there's a lot of cultural relevance to this property. We are going to renovate. We'll put about $40 million into it, and it's going to look a lot like the Outrigger Reef. We're using a lot of the same colors and tones, and obviously in everything that we do, we look at the local environment and the culture and make sure we weave that in as well.
Now, you've been with the company for a couple of years now, so it's obviously been a very exciting time and challenging time, but things are really coming good now and moving forward for you.
Absolutely. You know, you think about what happened over the last couple of years with COVID that we were all dealing with in this pandemic is there was no playbook. There's not anybody on the planet that had a playbook for how to deal with this. And I think that we've got an amazing team in our company, and everybody really locked arms, came together and said, let's figure this out. And we didn't get down. We just kept moving forward and figuring out how do we continue to be successful. So, you know, we're excited about the future. We think the company is really in a good place today, and I think the future's bright for us.
A lot of your staff have been keep talking about the culture in the company has been so amazing the past few years since you've been in charge. So the X factor's coming to life here with the service, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, when we did a few surveys recently about the service culture and the things that people like about our company, and what stood out was our team and the service levels that people get when they come into the Outrigger properties. So it's exciting to see that. You never know what you're going to see when you start to survey customers in a really deep way about service levels or the things that they like or don't like about a company. And it was really awesome to see that it stood out by far that the people of the company and the culture of the company stood out as really something that was one of the reasons why people come and stay with us.
It certainly does, and thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, James. I appreciate it.